For 9 seasons, One Tree Hill wasn't just a TV show. It was a phenomena that captured the hearts of a generation. Fans grew up with the characters, followed them through heartbreak and triumph, and invested deeply in their stories. Sophia Bush, who played the iconic Brooke Davis, spent nearly a decade of her life in the fictional town of Tree Hill. And like the fans, she has a powerful emotional connection to the series. Recently, on the final episode of the popular rewatch podcast, Drama Queens, hosted by Bush and her former co-stars Bethany Joy Lenz and Hilarie Burton, she opened up about the show's ending. While she's overwhelmingly happy with how the final chapter closed, there's one single storyline she wishes she could rewrite, with her classic blend of honesty and humor. Sophia confessed that if she had the power, she would have erased a specific character's return in the final season. So, who was it? None other than Xavier Daniels. I would have liked to have not maybe had another run-in with Xavier, she said, a mix of frustration and amusement in her voice. Like? For why? For what? For what? Longtime fans know exactly why she feels this way. Xavier, played by Devin McGee, was one of the show's darkest and most terrifying villains. His brutal attack on Brooke and the shocking murder of fan favorite Quentin Fields cemented him as a truly unsettling antagonist. Season 6 gave viewers a sense of closure when Xavier was sent to prison. It felt like justice had been served, and Brooke could finally begin to heal. But then, Season 9 happened. Xavier was unexpectedly released on parole, and his return brought back all the fear, trauma, and tension that Brooke had worked so hard to overcome. For many viewers, it felt like a random and unnecessary twist. For Sophia Bush, who had lived inside Brooke's world for so long, it was deeply personal. It felt like reopening an old wound just when it was starting to scar over. But, despite her strong feelings about the Xavier storyline, Sophia made it crystal clear that she adores the overall finale. I was so happy with our last episode, she explained. It really did feel kinda like a present. She even pushed back against critics who mock shows for tying everything up in a neat little bow. You hear people say in a negative way about TV sometimes. Yeah, at the end of every episode, they wrap it up in a bow. That's not real life. But honestly, I actually think our show deserved an episode where we wrapped it up in a bow and made it beautiful. And why did it deserve that? Because after 9 seasons of emotional loss and resilience, the characters sand. The fans who loved them had earned a moment of peace. For Sophia, the finale wasn't about mirroring the messy unpredictability of real life. It was about honoring the emotional journey everyone had been on. It was a thank you note to the millions of people who grew up alongside these characters. She even admitted that some of the writing in Season 9 went a little jump the shark. But she felt the show ultimately found its footing for the ending. What she loved most was seeing the characters settle into a happy, familiar rhythm. I liked seeing everyone doing the things our characters had done when we were in high school, she said. There's really something to this idea that life circles back. The moments repeat, and that we carry our younger selves with us. I thought it was sort of great. Her co-star, Bethany Joy Lenz, who played the soulful Haley James Scott, felt the same way. She reflected on how powerful it was to see the characters simply be happy after years of constant drama. To just be able to be connected and have these moments of happy endings. It felt right, Len said. She also shared a beautiful thought on what an ending really means. There is no permanent happy ending in life, she pointed out. Moments end and new ones start. But for all of us to have a moment collectively, that was a happy ending for that season of life. It felt like there was room to imagine so much more continuing for each character. Robert Buckley, who joined the cast later as Clay Evans and quickly became a fan favorite, added his own perspective. He saw the finale not as a final goodbye, but as something more hopeful. It felt more like a see you soon than a goodbye, he said, for him. The episode was a direct thank you to the fans who had stuck with the show through thick and thin network changes, time jumps, and countless dramatic twists. The finale gave viewers the satisfaction of seeing the characters finally get the happy lives everyone had rooted for. The final Drama Queens podcast episode was a celebration in itself. Special guests like Austin Nichols, Jana Kramer, and Tyler Hilton joined the hosts to reminisce about filming that last season. It was a virtual reunion, a warm and nostalgic look back at the show that meant so much to so many. Their stories added another layer to the legacy of One Tree Hill, reminding everyone that it was more than just a job. It was a family. So, while Sophia Bush might have wanted to keep Xavier locked away for good, her overall feeling is one of immense pride and gratitude. One Tree Hill wasn't perfect, but its ending was beautiful. It gave the characters and the fans a moment of closure, peace, and hope in a world full of uncertainty. Sometimes that's the most powerful ending a story can have. It's a reminder that even after the darkest storms, there can be a moment of sunshine, and for the residents of Tree Hill, that sunshine was well and truly earned. What do you think? Did Xavier's return in season 9 work for you? Or do you agree with Sophia? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite shows. See you next time.